we completely normalized layoffs. Like every other Tuesday, we have ourselves a layoff. Except they are really not so normal for our psyche or for our nervous system. For our body, a layoff is treated as a very abnormal event. And this is one of the things that I've noticed in my sessions when I help people navigate a layoff. To get over crisis and exit or negotiate a good severance, not find anything stupid is one thing. But to re-enter the professional world after a layoff with its networking, small talks, and rebuild confidence is a completely other thing. So you might feel confused, paralyzed, and it doesn't mean that you're unmotivated or lazy or anything. It just means that your body is still trying to make sense of what happened there. So let's talk about it, the post-layoff trauma. How to check if you have it? Well, try and send a text to your former manager or someone who kept the job about opportunities for your own thing or opportunities at your former employer. Now sit with that feeling. For me, I can tell you, it feels very uncomfortable because it doesn't matter how much I understand that I was laid off not for performance reasons, it still feels so cringe. Like my internal dialogue goes from, ouch, will they think I'm a loser? Or I accomplished so much. Why the fuck do I think that it is cringe and weird to reach out to them? And then I just push myself and I tell myself, hey, be a grown up. They are all great people. And just because there is this weird thing going on between people who have been laid off and people who stayed, doesn't mean that they became worse people. Why do I feel so weird? So in my case, I have just described a layoff traumatized response when you want to connect to your professional network from your impacted role. So how to get over it? Well, there is not one recipe that fits all, but you could start with not pretending that nothing's happened and you're just moving on. You need to acknowledge that layoffs have an impact way beyond our role, way beyond our career. Layoffs impact confidence, identity, and how you relate to your network long after it's over. And after I was laid off, I started my own thing because deep down I was ready, but also because I lost any trust in the illusionary security that any classical job could offer me. And a layoff has changed forever how I see a team working together under an employer. And now doing my own thing, I reach out to my network for opportunities. I ask them for introductions. Do I reach out to my former managers? No. For that, I am not zen enough, but I do reach out to non-leadership survivors at my previous job and people who were laid off with me the same wave. And you know what's weird? In conversations with people who kept the job, I felt survivor's guilt on their part. It's something between the lines. It's like they understand that even though it's not performance related, somehow they feel guilty for staying. You will feel it. But the grown-up thing to do is to show up anyway, because there's still great people who stayed at your previous job. Also, another thing that I could really recommend you do is not hide behind closed doors and try to find a new job or whatever your next step is. Isolate it. Try not to do that. Because if you get out there and you share what you're going through on LinkedIn or in the communities, you talk about the fact that you've been laid off and how you are searching for a new opportunity. It helps you deal with that feeling. It helps you overcome this layoff trauma because you get tons of support. I promise you that. All of this might just be the first steps to help you overcome your layoff trauma and move on. I would love to be more optimistic about this, and I love to believe in post-traumatic growth, where you find a source of energy to redefine your values and your purpose and develop greater empathy and find a space in your heart to reflect, to really reflect what type of responses might follow you into the new job or whatever it is you want to do. Because layoffs have happened and they will happen again. And you might be the one giving the bad news next time if you decide to be a founder. And to process it, really process it, is a key to a healthy next step. Guys, thank you for watching. I hope it was helpful. Subscribe, and I'll drop a bunch of links in the description of the video. And have a good day and good luck.